Live from Baumhower's Victory Grille in Tuscaloosa, it's time for Hey Coach and the Nate Oats Show on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield. Hey Coach and the Nate Oats Show are presented by Alfa Insurance. Auto, home, life, business. Alfa Insurance covers it all. AlfaInsurance.com. Also brought to you by Ford and your local Alabama Ford dealer. Proud partners of the Crimson Tide. McCurry Van and Car Rental. Rent local with McCurry Van and Car Rental. We offer the perfect vehicle for any need. Proudly serving Alabama. Visit us today for a hassle-free rental experience. Toyota. Visit your local Toyota dealer today. Toyota. Let's go places. And by Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Now, live from Baumhower's Victory Grille in Tuscaloosa, here's the voice of the Alabama Crimson Tide, Chris Stewart.
Welcome once again, everybody. Great to have you with us, and another great crowd here at Baumhower's Victory Grille. It's the official watch party location of the Crimson Tide. Always great to have our live studio audience for our program, as tonight, here, very much a live studio audience at that. But our show is always presented by Alfa Insurance, auto, home, life, business. Alfa Insurance covers it all. AlfaInsurance.com. We're going to be talking with Coach Nate Oats. Unfortunately, a tough topic to discuss, the fact that the latest on the Charles Bediako case has come out, and we will discuss that with Coach Oats in just a little bit. Also, the SEC Player of the Week will be joining him. Labaron Philon Jr. had such a major role in the Tide's two big wins in the course of the last week. We'll discuss that with Coach. We'll also talk gymnastics as the Power of Pink event comes up this weekend at the University of Alabama. In fact, that round of applause you hear is Ashley Johnston just walking into the restaurant here at Baumhower's Victory Grille, and we will be joined by one of her great student athletes, Chloe Lorsier, is joining us as well. So a lot of things to cover here on the show tonight, but our guests are here at Baumhower's will center around gymnastics and men's basketball. Do want to remind you, Tide fans, you can listen to Crimson Drive, driven by NASCAR. That's Tuesday and Thursday afternoons on all Crimson Tide Sports Network social media outlets. Crimson Drive is live each Tuesday and Thursday at 2 p.m. Central, so be sure to join us for the latest on Alabama athletics. And also keep up with everything Alabama with the Alabama Crimson Tide mobile app presented by Cadence Bank. It's available in the App Store and at Google Play. Download the Alabama Crimson Tide mobile app now for free. A lot of folks enjoying dinner here at Baumhower's. You can spice up your favorite recipes at home with Baumhower's famous signature sauces, including hot sauce, sweet Thai chili, white barbecue, and Jamaican jerk. Baumhower's legendary sauces now available in grocery stores throughout Alabama, or you can order them online at baumhowers.com. Baumhower's Victory Grille, legendary food, legendary fun, and the home of the legendary Hey Coach right here on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
When life drops the unexpected, Alfa is here, turning what now into what's next. Resolving your claims quickly. Because clarity beats chaos. And knowing now is better than wondering when. We handle the hassle. Because your peace of mind matters. And so does the journey ahead. That's life with Alfa Insurance.
Today's highlight is brought to you by Toyota. At home or on the road, they're never the underdog. Toyota, let's go places. Get 1.99% APR for 36 months on a new 2025 Toyota Tacoma Hybrid. Offer valid through March 2nd, 2026. Zero down for well-qualified buyers with approved credit and financing through Southeast Toyota Finance. $28.64 monthly payment for every $1,000 financed. Excludes tax, tag registration, title, and dealer fees. See dealer for details.
Ants in the kitchen, termites under the floor, mosquitoes in the backyard. It's a full court infestation. Don't let them score. Call Cook's Pest Control. Nobody beats Cooks when it comes to superior protection against unwanted pests. Cook's knowledgeable and courteous technicians are expertly trained to get the job done right, guaranteed. With Cooks on your team, your home's defense is unstoppable.
Looky, 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 here comes Cookie, Cooks Pest Control.
Hey fans, I know you'd do anything for a win on game day and an ice-cold Bud Light. Because whether you're tailgating in the parking lot or parked on the couch, sitting on your lucky stool at the bar, or standing in the fan section all game long, the clean, crisp taste of Bud Light turns a win into a win-win. And there's nothing easier to enjoy than that. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
At CB&S Bank, tradition runs deep. Since 1906, we've been serving families and communities with stability you can count on. And today, that legacy of service continues. Recognized by American Banker as the 16th best performing bank nationally and number 1 in Alabama in their asset category. Being a team member is who we are, which is why we're proud to support University of Alabama Athletics. So, bank with the best. Visit cbsbank.com to learn more. CB&S Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
The Alabama Education Association is the member-driven voice of Alabama's education employees. AEA members are teachers, education support professionals, administrators, professors, future teachers, and education retirees. Joining the Alabama Education Association has never been easier. Use their new online membership for a fast, safe, and secure way to join today. Visit myaea.org to learn more.
This segment of Hey Coach presented by Coca-Cola. Passionate fans and an ice-cold Coca-Cola. That's a winning combo. Fan work is thirsty work. Enjoy a Coca-Cola. Right now we're enjoying the success of Alabama Gymnastics as well, and the head coach of the Crimson Tide, former gymnast at UA herself, Ashley Johnston, joining us. Coach, great to see you as always.
Great to be here. Thanks for having me.
You brought goodies as well.
I did.
Tonight. So we're saying this now so we'll both remember that
yes,
before you leave,
important.
you got tickets to give away.
I do. I brought tickets for this week for Power of Pink meet. I think I have about 14 here. But if I get rid of all these, then I will find more. But it's this Friday at 6:30. We take on Arkansas, who's an incredible team. And one of my goals, along with the gymnastics performance, but one of my other goals is to sell out Coleman Coliseum. And this is the perfect meet to be able to do that, to cheer on our ladies, but to also celebrate all of the survivors and fighters that are going to be there with us, walking out with our gymnasts in the initial march-in. It's going to be a really special night. And so we want this whole town, Birmingham, Nashville, wherever you're at, to come help us sell out Coleman Coliseum and just make it a magical night.
For those that hear Power of Pink but don't know the story and the background behind this, it's a powerful night. Because, and I'm not playing off of the name, but it's truly a powerful night because you honor survivors, yep. and they basically a little bit of their story is shared, is it not?
It is. And so really leading up, there's many moments of interaction with some of our fighters and survivors. Most recently, we just went to DCH Hospital with our entire team and visited in the cancer unit and met with several patients that were going through different battles. And I met this one sweet lady who is in the middle of a breast cancer fight. And, you know, she wasn't sure what this Power of Pink competition was. And I shared with her how, you know, Sarah Patterson, she started this movement. Like, can you believe this Power of Pink movement? It started right here with Sarah Patterson with gymnastics. And so I just shared what this journey has been like, invited her to come march in with one of our ladies, and she just broke down, was honored, and just was like, I grew up going to gymnastics meets, but I haven't been in so long. And I would just love the opportunity to be there, see the team who fights to be the best gymnast they can be, cheer on me as I'm fighting my own battle. And it just brought me to tears sitting there with her and just seeing her her courage and her bravery, and it's been such an inspiration to our team, to me, our entire staff. We can do hard things, and when you see those survivors and fighters who are going through these obstacles and adversity, it's just amazing how our family can connect to each other and help each other overcome whatever battle you're fighting.
Fantastic. Great calls, great event. And again, you got some tickets here for those that are interested, and you're going to use them. And we want to make sure we emphasize, if you're going to make sure you use them if you get the tickets here at Baumhower's. But also rolltide.com is the number to call, is the website to go to if you're interested in tickets for the event. And there are not a ton left from what I understand.
No, they are going fast, which is very exciting. But if you can't find them for some reason, email me, ashleyj@ia.ua.edu, and I will find a way to make sure you get a seat.
We want to make sure you're there. That is the primary goal and objective without question. Let's talk about your team, which is off to a fantastic start to the year. I know there's a lot of gymnastics still to take place, but you're ranked 3rd in the country. You know, we're talking off air. That is where Alabama is familiar with being near the top, if not at the top itself. And that's why you came to Alabama as a gymnast, and it's why you came back as head coach to put Alabama there and in that spotlight once again.
Absolutely. You know, going through my own recruiting process, I always wanted to be somewhere where they had what it took to win a national championship. And fast forward to where we're at now, you know, the resources, administration, the department, it's certainly suited to be a championship team. But it's about having the right people in place. And so I've just been so encouraged and excited to have our team of 18 young ladies who are our people. They are the people that are gritty and hardworking and want to have fun in the hardest moments. They want to be the hardest working team in the country. There's a pride in what they've built that's around that philosophy. And so we're excited about where we're at, but we're even more excited about where we're going, because we're at a good place.
Right.
And there's still more.
How do you build team within a sport that is so individualized as gymnastics is?
Yeah, that is absolutely the challenge. And we are a unique sport in that prior to a college career, it is completely individual based. You know, you'll get to hear from Chloe Lorsier in a minute, but she's one who came from a gym where there weren't that many really top level athletes. And so being used to competing for yourself is very different than all of a sudden jumping in with 17 other people where you have to earn a spot to compete. So only 6 people compete on an event out of 18. And so, you know, you really have to develop a culture where you're rooting for every single person to be their best in that moment. I think Murph says having mudita for each other, right? I think our community is very familiar with that term now. But for us, it's about building a culture that has a fierce joy approach and reflects our values. We talk about family, being connected to each other and to the mission, along with a few other of our core values. But we spend just as much time developing culture, what it looks like and what it doesn't look like, as we do the gymnastics, because those are the make or break aspects of what happens in the locker room. How do you handle adversity? I think every athlete at this level is going to be great on their great days, but what are they going to be like in their hardest days? And that's up to culture. That's the ceiling. I think talent's your floor and culture's your ceiling, and that takes just as much investment as the gymnastics piece.
Great stuff. Coach Ashley Johnston, Alabama Gymnastics. Again, it's the power of pink. Friday night as the Crimson Tide plays host to Arkansas. Again, more information available online at rolltide.com. We'll talk more about it, though, with Coach Johnston and one of her great student athletes, Chloe. Oh, man, where did I put the name? Thank you. I had it all there, and I just couldn't find the dadgum name. That was what was driving me nuts. Chloe is here with us in just a matter of moments. LaCoursiere, thank you very much. Here with us as we continue for Baumhower's Victory Grill on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
You can find all Crimson Tide Sports Network video content online on the CTSN YouTube page. It's the home of the live booth and courtside cams, episodes of Crimson Drive driven by NASCAR, plus replays of Crimson Tide Rewind. Our YouTube shorts will deliver thrilling Alabama radio highlights, plus interview clips from Alabama student athletes, coaches, and media members that you can't miss. Subscribe to the Crimson Tide Sports Network on YouTube for the very latest on the Crimson Tide. The Alabama Insider Podcast is the official podcast of Crimson Tide Athletics. Catch full episodes of Hey Coach and the Kalen DeBoer Show, Crimson Tide Rewind, Crimson Tide Today Daily Reports, plus full interviews from Crimson Drive driven by NASCAR. Download and subscribe to the Alabama Insider Podcast on Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music, and all podcast platforms. Roll Tide with the Alabama Insider Podcast. Hey Bama fans, each Tuesday and Thursday at 2 p.m. Central, join us live for Crimson Drive, driven by NASCAR. This live streaming talk show features the latest on Alabama athletics with exclusive conversations with Tide student athletes, coaches, and media members giving their perspective on the Crimson Tide. You can watch on YouTube, Facebook, and X, with all conversations archived as well on the Alabama Insider Podcast. Roll Tide with Crimson Drive, driven by NASCAR. You can find all Crimson Tide Sports Network video content online on the CTSN YouTube page. It's the home of the live booth and courtside cams, episodes of Crimson Drive driven by NASCAR, plus replays of Crimson Tide Rewind. Our YouTube shorts will deliver thrilling Alabama radio highlights, plus interview clips from Alabama student athletes, coaches, and media members that you can't miss. Subscribe to the Crimson Tide Sports Network on YouTube for the very latest on the Crimson Tide. The Alabama Insider Podcast is the official podcast of Crimson Tide Athletics. Catch full episodes of Hey Coach and the Kalen DeBoer Show, Crimson Tide Rewind, Crimson Tide Today Daily Reports, plus full interviews from Crimson Drive driven by NASCAR. Download and subscribe to the Alabama Insider Podcast on Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music, and all podcast platforms. Roll Tide with the Alabama Insider Podcast. Hey Bama fans, each Tuesday and Thursday at 2 p.m. Central, join us live for Crimson Drive, driven by NASCAR. This live streaming talk show features the latest on Alabama athletics with exclusive conversations with Tide student athletes, coaches, and media members giving their perspective on the Crimson Tide. You can watch on YouTube, Facebook, and X, with all conversations archived as well on the Alabama Insider Podcast. Roll Tide with Crimson Drive, driven by NASCAR.
We are back here at Baumhower's Victory Grill. Great to have you with us for more of Hey Coach, presented by Alfa Insurance. Auto, home, life, business. Alfa Insurance covers it all. AlfaInsurance.com. We are covering Alabama Gymnastics. Coach Ashley Johnston is here. And yes, I can say Chloe LaCoursiere, but I want you to do the proper introduction of this young lady, if you will.
Oh, goodness. There's so many ways I could go here. But, you know, when we were talking about LaCoursiere, it really made me think how you have like 17 ways to say your last name, including, so Chloe's younger sister is actually committed to being a freshman on our team next year. And even the two sisters pronounce their last name differently. And so, Chloe, what are all the different ways that we say your last name?
I say LaCoursiere. My sister says LaCoursiere. But then I've got LaCroix, LaCroissant, licorice, all sorts of fun ones. Yeah.
It depends on how the night's going, right?
Who, yeah.
That's okay. I'll tell you what, I'm going to do this. I'm going to move the microphones because we are on Facebook Live. I do want to make sure that doesn't block you the whole night. You're trying to look out for you. I'm sorry to notice it sooner. Let's talk about what this year has been like for you now as a veteran.
Oh, goodness. That's crazy to say.
I know.
But it's just been so exciting. And just this team's connection and all the memories I'm making is just something I'm going to have with me for a lifetime. And I'm just excited to keep making them and keep growing with this team.
Why do you feel like you've been able to, as a squad, elevate individually so that the entire team can be in the position they're in right now?
I think this started in the summer. You know, we onboarded our freshmen really strongly. We were excited to build connections with them, reaching out to them early as possible. And then when we had our retreat, we just got super close and just decided that we are going to go in and attack each moment this year. And so we've just found ways to do that in the hard. And I feel like as a team, we've handled hard really well, and we've handled the great moments really well. And we just keep growing every day from that.
And I think what Chloe's not going to share, but I can share this, is that Chloe sets the tone for what hard work looks like, truly. I mean, we'll just take this past week, for example. We finished competing at Oklahoma, and we got home at like 12:30 in the morning. And then and she literally comes off the plane and presents to me her entire plan for, this is what I'd like to do to go from good to great to excellent. And it starts by tomorrow morning, I'm going to do this, and and has a whole plan for how she's going to continue this pursuit of being the best team in the country and how she's going to be a leader in that. So it's things like that, right, that set a standard and a tone for what our whole team is about. And when you're modeling that type of work ethic, leadership, it only makes sense why every teammate is starting to follow along. So
you have gone 9 or higher, I think, on all of your on all. See what? Now it's you're right. We should say on bars, and so you're so close to getting to the 10, which I know there is a fine line, the finest of lines in gymnastics.
Yep.
But talk about what drives you for perfection.
Yeah, I feel like that is something that this summer I was like, I have gotten a few 10s in club and I want to get that in the NCAA setting. But at the end of the day, I can't control that. I don't control the judges. And so I go out there every time and I'm just going to try to make a statement and enjoy that moment. And then the rest is in the judges' hands. But I went in this summer and it's the little details that matter at this point. I can do a Maloney, I can do a pack. Those are my skills, by the way.
You got that, Chris?
Yes.
I was trying to check it off.
So, I mean, Ashley and Rosh helped me say that let's make a point, like on this first handstand, show them why you deserve this 10. And so I'm just going to keep doing that, keep doing my handstands. And when I step up to compete, that stuff doesn't matter because I'm doing this for me and for this team. And then I stick to this one and then put it in the judges' hands.
So we're talking about Power of Pink.
Oh, yes.
Coming up Friday, Arkansas coming in. Probably the best crowd of the year so far. Mm-hmm. And again, if you haven't gotten your tickets, rolltide.com. If you don't get one of the tickets that Coach Johnston will be giving away when we get through here at the restaurant. But tell me for you what it means to have an electric crowd. And also you look around and there are not many red seats that are visible because they're filled.
It is unlike anything. And, like, especially like Ashley was saying, this is our Power of Pink meet. This is something special. We're doing it for a bigger purpose. So we go out there and just do something for a bigger meaning. And I love that. But it's also really cool to look around, do the YMCA before our final event, lights up, lights down, and just know that the Crimson Tide has our back. And it's something special knowing that we're doing this for us, for the people on the floor, but we can't do that without the people in the crowd.
Awesome stuff. Coach, any final word you got for the fans here before we let you ladies go?
You know, our program is all about having this fierce joy mentality. And as we're trying to become the best team in the country, it's going to take looking in the mirror and dialing up our fierce meter a little bit more, being mission-driven and fiery about going after what we want. But we can never lose joy in the process. And I think that's what this week is all about. It's looking around, it's seeing the survivors, the fighters, each team member. Everybody's going through something in this community. And I just encourage everybody to come to Coleman. Let's all do that together. You know, let's really link up and be connected and know that, like, this family is on a mission, but we can appreciate the highs and the lows of a journey because it's all meant for a bigger purpose. And I feel like our team is going to be down there really trying to live out that mentality. And I hope everybody feels that. I hope everybody walks away from that night feeling inspired and re-energized and just feeling connected. You know, I think that's the power of what a team can do. That's the power of what a community can do. It's showing that you can be connected through everybody's story and really find joy in every situation. And so we're just really excited. It's so much bigger than a gymnastics meet. It's a calling, it's a movement, and I just hope everybody can feel that and come be a part of that.
Coach, appreciate you as always. Great to see you. Ashley Johnston, Chloe LaCoursiere, we appreciate you both so very much. Great to have you here. Good luck, not only this weekend, but the rest of the year as well.
Thank you.
Roll Tide.
Roll Tide, indeed. We got more coming up. Stay with us here on Hey Coach, presented by Alfa Insurance. We are live at Baumhower's Victory Grille on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Clyde Mays Whiskey, the official state spirit of Alabama, perfected under the Alabama Pines and a proud partner of Alabama Athletics. Now officially bottled in Troy at the Connector Ridge Distillery. Bold spirit, southern roots, roll Clyde.
Don't stop planning for your future. Don't stop investing in your kids' education. Don't stop dreaming of that new home. And don't stop growing your business. Whatever you're passionate or dreaming about, don't stop. Because when you have a bank you can trust, you have the confidence to take on tomorrow. Speak with a Trustmark associate today for advice on achieving your goals. Trustmark. People you trust, advice that works. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Coach Oats, great game today.
The team found another gear. They kept grinding, didn't quit, and found a way to deliver another victory.
Like Ford F-Series trucks.
Right. The way you become America's best-selling truck for 48 consecutive years is delivering legendary performance and capability in the big moments, like today.
Thanks, Coach. For great offers on a new Ford truck, see your local Ford dealer. Proud sponsor of Alabama basketball.
Roll Tide.
Based on 1977 through 2024 calendar year industry-reported total sales.
Alabama Power is here for you when big storms hit, but we're also here for the little things. We're there to get the coffee started, to make sure everyone's ready for school, for midday dance breaks and evening entertainment. We're also there to help you save on all that energy with easy-to-use tips, tools, and efficiency programs. So enjoy these moments.
Kids, movie night.
And we'll do the rest. Visit alabamapower.com and follow us on social to learn more.
Clyde Mays Whiskey, the official state spirit of Alabama, perfected under the Alabama Pines and a proud partner of Alabama Athletics. Now officially bottled in Troy at the Connector Ridge Distillery. Bold spirit, southern roots, roll Clyde.
Domino's delivers game day across Tuscaloosa and the surrounding area. Locally owned in Tuscaloosa for 30-plus years, the team at Domino's is proud to be a supporter of Alabama basketball and athletics across the capstone. Domino's would like to thank our customers for supporting our local business for over 30 years. Make Domino's your choice on game days year-round. Domino's is proud to deliver your Alabama Crimson Tide game days anytime. Just visit RollDomino's.com. Thanks for your business and Roll Tide.
Coleman Coliseum gives the Tide a big home court advantage. When it comes to your home, count on Tri-Green equipment to give you a big tried-and-true advantage with our lineup of John Deere equipment. From riding mowers, compact utility tractors, skaters, to large agricultural equipment, they've got serious game. Plus, the tried-and-true Tri-Green team is always there when you need an assist. Stop by one of our locations or visit TriGreenEquipment.com. Proud sponsors of Alabama Crimson Tide basketball.
Welcome back to Hey Coach, live from Baumhower's Victory Grill. I'm Chris Stewart. Coming up in just a few moments, we'll be talking with Coach Nate Oats, but also one of the standouts on his squad, Labaron Philon Jr. will be joining us. He is the reigning SEC Player of the Week, but a lot of other great things going on the Alabama campus. Want to remind you that we've got softball, which just had a tremendous weekend, absolutely destroying the field over in Atlanta in their tournament there. They're back home this weekend. Also, we've got Bama baseball with their opening weekend coming up for Coach Rob Vaughn. The title play Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And if you're coming to Coleman Coliseum for hoops that night against South Carolina, you may want to come in a little bit early. Check out baseball. Tickets are just $2 on Saturday. So the Saturday game featuring $2 tickets there at Sewell Thomas Stadium. So hope you'll come by, check out baseball prior to men's basketball that night. Again, with the tickets only $2 on that day. We've already talked about gymnastics, the power of pink, and women's basketball after a tough loss at Texas A&M. Back in action this week as well. So check it all out on the official website of Alabama Athletics. That's RollTide.com. Stay with us. We're back with more in just a moment. Labaron Philon Jr., our guest here on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Basketball at Alabama means one thing: time to dunk. And we're not just talking about on the court. At Fusackley's, we're dunking our hand-battered chicken fingers straight into our house-made sauces and washing it down with our fresh squeezed lemonade. Whether you're heading to Coleman Coliseum or watching from home, make Fusackley's your pregame stop. Hot, fresh, and made to order, just the way Tide fans like it. Fusackley's, proud partner of the Crimson Tide.
Whether you're hiking the trails, tailgating before tip-off, or cheering courtside, Mountain High Outfitters has the gear to keep every Bama fan ready for adventure. From Patagonia and On Running to Yeti and Free People Movement, you'll find all your favorite outdoor and lifestyle brands. Visit Mountain High Outfitters in-store or online at mountainhighoutfitters.com.
You can find all Crimson Tide Sports Network video content online on the CTSN YouTube page. It's the home of the live booth and courtside cams, episodes of Crimson Drive driven by NASCAR, plus replays of Crimson Tide Rewind. Our YouTube shorts will deliver thrilling Alabama radio highlights, plus interview clips from Alabama student athletes, coaches, and media members that you can't miss. Subscribe to the Crimson Tide Sports Network on YouTube for the very latest on the Crimson Tide. The Alabama Insider Podcast is the official podcast of Crimson Tide Athletics. Catch full episodes of Hey Coach and the Kalen DeBoer Show, Crimson Tide Rewind, Crimson Tide Today Daily Reports, plus full interviews from Crimson Drive driven by NASCAR. Download and subscribe to the Alabama Insider Podcast on Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music, and all podcast platforms. Roll Tide with the Alabama Insider Podcast. Hey Bama fans, each Tuesday and Thursday at 2 p.m. Central, join us live for Crimson Drive, driven by NASCAR. This live streaming talk show features the latest on Alabama athletics with exclusive conversations with Tide student athletes, coaches, and media members giving their perspective on the Crimson Tide. You can watch on YouTube, Facebook, and X, with all conversations archived as well on the Alabama Insider Podcast. Roll Tide with Crimson Drive, driven by NASCAR. You can find all Crimson Tide Sports Network video content online on the CTSN YouTube page. It's the home of the live booth and courtside cams, episodes of Crimson Drive driven by NASCAR, plus replays of Crimson Tide Rewind. Our YouTube shorts will deliver thrilling Alabama radio highlights, plus interview clips from Alabama student athletes, coaches, and media members that you can't miss. Subscribe to the Crimson Tide Sports Network on YouTube for the very latest on the Crimson Tide.
Philon, 6 to shoot. Philon at 5. A deep three. Bottom. Oh, mercy, Labaron. Philon Jr. buries the bank first three. He's been doing that a lot lately, and that's one of the reasons he is with us now. Back at Baumhower's Victory Grille. Hey, Coach, and yes, Labaron Philon Jr. is here. The Pride of Mobile. Good to see you.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, and again, I showed you the graphic. Labaron Philon Jr., SEC Player of the Week. Looked great. I know you're about the team, but that's a great honor. And tell me what it does mean to you when you get recognized for a performance like you had in the last 2 games.
It's been everything. I try not to look at it like for, the most part, like you said, just being all about the team. But, it's just a great feeling when you put in all that work, and it just like it pays off a lot. And like I said, I can't thank my teammates enough. They give me the opportunity to go out there and just like have fun and play with a lot of space and opportunity. So thankful for the the coaches and the players I got around me just to be able to do that.
When I look and I see that you have 21 points, 4.5 rebounds, it doesn't surprise me at all. And it doesn't surprise me when I see you have 4.5 assists. But I would imagine, having never been this guy myself, but I would imagine there is a natural tendency when you have the skill set that you do to try to put a lot on yourself, which most people associate with just putting the ball in the basket yourself. How difficult is it for you, or is it tough to make sure you're getting everybody involved so that this team can be their best?
I would say, it's a tough job, just playing for a great coach and, him giving you the keys, just go out there and make plays. I mean, you definitely have to try to find a balance in between it, just like knowing when to do your job and knowing when to just get guys, in the game. And I feel like I've been doing a great job at that lately, just trying to get everybody involved and just like having that balance in between trying to, you know, take over a game and just trying to, you know, run the floor of a game. So really just like talking to the coaches, you know, they've been helping me, doing a great job to just like becoming a better leader. So it's been great. You know, these past couple of games, we done picked it up a little bit, and, you know, we done seen everybody and what everybody can do. So it's really good just going to the back end of the schedule just to be ready to go out there and ball.
It's back-to-back years now that Alabama's won at Auburn. And I know they all count as one. They're all important. But for an Alabama kid playing at the University of Alabama in a very important game for both teams, how special is it to go in there and have the type of performance you did?
It's really special. Just, you know, really special to go in that place and get a W. First of all, just like, and like I said, playing for Coach Oats, knowing how bad he wanted to win that game. So it was just a great feeling after we won. And, you know, we put in the work into that game. Just like coming in prepared, knowing it was going to be a hard, gritty game, and just like ready to fight to the end. So I was really proud of my guys after that.
One last thing with you. For this team, knowing that there's a lot of games still to be played. It hadn't gone the whole way the way you would like, but you're sitting here in a spot, only a couple of games out, and you can very much factor in this SEC championship race. Tell me about, you know, what the mentality is. Is it simply and as easy as one game at a time, or are you guys still talking about a championship?
It's kind of in the mix of both.
In the middle.
You know, we know we have a great team, you know, great guys around, great staff, great everything, but, you know, we just like haven't been doing a good job. It's just like coming ready to play, coming ready to prepare, and I feel like, you know, the last couple of weeks everybody has been dialed in. So like you just said, taking it one day at a time, I feel like everybody just focus on, you know, winning that possession or just like winning that day in practice. So it's really just like been a grateful feeling just to see, you know, our guys really staying in it and staying locked in and staying, you know, mentally strong enough to just like come back after losses and rebuild, regroup, and then get a W, get some more W's. And I feel like, you know, we about to start, you know, rather than off the W. So that's a great feeling just going into this, you know, part of the schedule, and it's getting, you know, about that time. So I'm really, really confident in my guys, and we're ready to, you know, make a run for it.
We're confident in you guys as well. Thanks so much, Labaron Philon Jr., SEC Player of the Week, and our guest here at Hey Coach from Baumhower's Victory Grill. We're coming back, and his head coach is joining us next on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
There's team pride, and then there's extra Tide pride. When I'm carrying the University of Alabama Regions Visa debit card or prepaid Regions Now card, that's exactly what I get. Whether I'm grabbing some extra Bama gear or picking up an extra dozen wings for the game, this card always brings it. Sometimes I get an extra Roll Tide from the cashier, too. Visit Regions.com/GoBama to get yours.
Extra changes everything. And at Regions, Extra is our ordinary. Official bank of the SEC. Member FDIC.
This is Jack's country, and on game day, nobody shows up empty-handed. Make a winning play with Jack's Catering. Hand-breaded chicken fingers, crispy fried chicken, scratch-made biscuits, and all the southern sides your crew craves. Whether it's a game watch or a family get-together, Jack's brings the flavor that scores every time. Order now at eatatjacks.com or on the Jack's app. Jack's, all about the South.
What a matchup we've got, folks. Just nonstop action. The energy is electric and the fans are all in. An intense game like this calls for a Coca-Cola. Crisp and refreshing. That's a game changer. Yeah, that taste scores every time. And just like that, they're back at it. Passionate fans and an ice-cold Coca-Cola. Now that's a winning combo. No matter the team, no matter the sport, everyone knows fan work is thirsty work. Enjoy a Coca-Cola.
Bama fans, why wait to start your college journey? With the University of Alabama Early College, high school students can earn college credit from UA now, online or on campus. Students are eligible after completing the 9th grade with a 3.0 GPA or higher. Thousands of students across Alabama and the United States are already part of the Crimson Tide tradition. So don't just cheer for the Tide, join it. UA Early College. Legends start here. Visit earlycollege.ua.edu to learn more. Roll Tide.
If you're looking for the best selection in Crimson Tide apparel, look no further than the Soup Store. The Soup Store is every Bama fan's ultimate destination for the hottest gear and accessories, with 3 great locations around campus to serve you: in Tuscaloosa on campus at the University Student Center, on the Strip in front of Bryant-Denny Stadium, and on Bryant Drive. If you can't get to Tuscaloosa, shop the Soup Store online at soupstore.ua.edu. The Soup Store is a proud partner of Alabama Athletics.
Did you know that at Chevron, you can fuel up on unbeatable mileage and savings? With Chevron Rewards, you'll get 25 cents off per gallon on your next 5 visits. All you have to do is download the Chevron app and join to start saving on fuel. Then you can keep fueling up on other things like adventure, memories, vacations, daycations, quality time, and so many other possibilities. Head to your nearest Chevron station to fuel up and get rewarded today. Terms apply. See ChevronTexcoRewards.com for more details.
Of a 9-0 run. They have made 4 of their last 4 from the field. We are back here at Hey Coach, presented by Alfa Insurance, joined by the head coach of the Alabama Crimson Tide, Coach Nate Oats. Good to see you, sir. Hey, I want to go back to that point, the clip we just heard. Houston Millette's 3, I believe that was the one with under 2.5 minutes to go before halftime. And there was a stretch there. You're down 10. I think it was exactly 2.5 minutes to go. And Taylor Bowen and Houston hit back-to-back threes, or within a 3-possession trip, and helped you get that thing from 10 down to 4. Talk about how big that was in terms of getting the result that you ultimately got. Because if that slides the other way and it goes from 10 to 16, we may be talking about that game in a whole different light now.
No, I agree. And Houston plays hard, so does Taylor. Those two great guys that have hit big shots and kind of going on a run. And I told the guys at halftime, man, we couldn't play much worse. Like, combination of turnovers, us not playing well on offense, not outside of the turnovers. I didn't think we got great shots. We'd only scored about 12 points, I think, the first 10 minutes of the game. So for us to only be down 4 at the half, we were lucky to only be down 4. And I think those threes late, helped with that. Hey, if we didn't finish the end of the half a little better, we tried to trap there at the end, make them move it. They hit the open 3. We didn't score after that. We're trying to not give them the last shot. We could have gone down 1, but I thought we did a pretty good job flipping that from down 10 to down 1 there in a hurry, and then going in down 4 at the half, and then coming out just playing a lot better in the second half. I mean, offensively, we were significantly better in the second half, and thought, if it was, like you said, if it was 10 at the half, it would have been a lot different game. I mean, it came down to tight game there at the end.
Unfortunately, we've got to talk about some bad news, disappointing news. Court ruling today that and I may get the wording wrong, but in essence, Charles is not going to be able to play right now for your team.
Yeah, correct.
It was an overturn. Talk to us about where things stand and what happens now.
Yeah, I mean, obviously super disappointed in the whole thing, to be honest with you. I didn't think it ever should have got to court. I thought the NCAA should have made him eligible based on, over 100 current college basketball players, former professionals, most of them over in Europe, some in the G League, guys being drafted, rights owned by NBA teams, as in James Nagy being eligible to play. So I thought it was kind of a no-brainer with the NCAA, and then I didn't think it would be that big of an issue. The NCAA really hasn't changed much without courts forcing them to change. So I thought the courts would see the inconsistencies in the rulings and agree with Charles' attorneys at the NCAA. I mean, to me, the NCAA's point of why Charles shouldn't be eligible was all these rules that they have, but they're not applying those rules to all the other players they've made eligible. So to me, it is very disappointing in the whole case, disappointing for Charles. Now, for our team, we've got to turn the focus back to the guys that are going to be on the floor, and we've got some very capable players that we've won a lot of games before, won some big games before Charles got here. So we're getting some guys back healthy. We're going to have, Aiden had 5 blocks. They blew the goaltending call at the end, and they really blew it because in the last 2 minutes, it's not a coach's challenge to call. The referees are supposed to do it on their own. So when they called that goaltend, that was not a goaltend. They were supposed to go, and it's New Year. Good crew of referees. They just didn't make the right. They didn't make the right call, and then they were supposed to go on their own and review it. So really, Aiden had 5 blocks in the last game, so it's great. He's been able to play with Charles. We've gotten him some, but he's going to have to continue to, take care of the interior, and then we're going to have to go back and play a little small ball. When he's not in, and we'll figure it out. That's what coaches are here for. But yeah, disappointing ruling, disappointed in the system, both the NCAA, the courts, the whole thing, just with all the inconsistencies with who's eligible, who's not. It just seems like the European international players are being given preferential treatment over the Americans, and more so happened today. Hopefully, at some point, somebody's going to win a ruling like this. Wasn't here today, but at some point, somebody will win one and change the system, because that's how it has to get changed in the NCAA. They don't make changes on their own, typically.
All right, Coach, let's get to the phones. Our first question from Alabama, 811. Help prevent injuries, outages, and loss of life. Call 811 or visit al811.com before you dig. It's free. It's simple. It's the law, and it's Pee Wee down in Grand Bay. Go ahead, Pee Wee.
Coach, how are you, sir?
Doing good. How you doing, Pee Wee?
I'm doing good, bud. Y'all had touched on one of the things that I was going to say about the game against Auburn, which was the 9-0 run right there before the half that got us back up. But, a couple of the things in the second half that I thought was big in the win was, number one, was our second chance point. I think we outscored Auburn like 10-1 on second chance point. And then points off the bench. We outscored them 15-1. And then at the line, we shot 90% in the second half and at the end of the game, and I think that is what sealed it for us. I was just curious how we are health-wise moving forward.
So second chance points ended up even for the game, but we did a much better job in the second half, like you said. So that was great. I did feel like we moved the ball a lot better in the second half on the assists. We ended up with 17 assists. They ended up with 12, which, Pettiford had 7. Obviously a very good player, moved the ball. I thought we had a lot more guys move the ball. We had Philon with 6, and Holloway and Amari both had 4 assists each. So we had more guys kind of moving the ball, where they just kind of had the one in Pettiford. And then you're talking about the free throws before we get to the health situation. Free throws, we've made a big point of it. I feel like we've lost some games this year based on not converting at the free throw line. Our guys have been in the gym working at it. They've done a good job. You look at the free throw percentage in the second half. Like you said, we go 18 for 20, 90%. But for the game, we didn't get to the line in the first half. That was part of the issue. Pretty much the same percentage, 90% is what we were for the game, because the majority of the free throws were shot in the second half. We turned it over too much in the first half and just didn't get the line. So we shot 87% on the game. So I thought we did a pretty good job. And that big difference in the game. They shot 77, we shot 87%. So, and then health-wise, we're getting close to having everybody available. I thought Taylor was able to practice today, did a good job. And he was the one, he just, with his injury he had, he got hobbled a little bit there. That game. Wrightsell, I'm fairly confident Wrightsell will be able to play on Wednesday. He nothing major showed up in his scans today. You just, with him, he's, you get a little nervous. He's a tough kid, puts himself in tough spots, plays super hard, but he's just, for whatever reason, it's been very unlucky with so many injuries. So I think based on everything Clark's told me today, we should expect Wrightsell to play on Wednesday. Taylor should be playing. Everybody else came out of that game pretty unscathed. So we're starting to get back to where we're fully healthy. Obviously disappointed won't be able to have Charles moving forward, but the rest of the guys I think will be healthy, and we're going to have to get some of these guys playing really well again.
And Coach also got to have them locked in, because even though you're coming off of 3 huge high-profile games, if you will, the teams you're going to face this week are both very dangerous as well.
No, they are. I mean, I told our guys, Ole Miss has a lot of really talented players, guys that have scored it at a high level at college at different levels. The last time I said that a team hadn't quite got it together yet, but they're super talented and more than capable of getting it together and play, was Texas. Texas came in here and they got it together against us, and they've looked pretty good since. So, whether that was Texas, us helping Texas get it together, a combination of both, we can't afford to do that anymore, because Ole Miss has talented players. They've got a coach in Beard that's coached in the national championship game. He knows what he's doing. He's good. Gets his guys to go hard. Like they also, had the unfortunate of having to switch a home and road game. They had the ice storm, so they've had 4 straight road games. So we know they lost them all, but they played 4 straight on the road, which never happens in the SEC because they do a good job with the schedule. So now they're going to get a bunch of games late that are at home, and we're kind of starting that home stretch for them. So there's multiple reasons why we got to be very careful, very locked in. We got to be playing our best basketball at Ole Miss. They beat us last year.
Right.
I mean, they did a great job with us last year. So we got to be ready to go in that game. And then South Carolina comes after that. That'll be a home game. But this road game at Ole Miss is a huge game for us.
Final thought as we wrap it up with you, Coach. A lot of things good, but your final thought as we close it out.
Yeah, no, obviously the news with Charles is disappointing. It's part of coaching. Guy goes down with a season-ending injury. You get news like this. Stuff happens. You got to get your guys refocused. We've got a game at Ole Miss. I think our guys had a great practice today. We need to have another great practice. Get everybody focused on what it takes to beat Ole Miss and continue to build moving forward. And we're getting healthier and healthier, and guys are starting to, you want to be playing your best basketball come into February, March.
Sure.
We can still be doing that for sure, and that's got to be our focus. So continue to get the fans out. We got a home game Saturday. Let's get everybody out. Let's support everybody. Let's continue to move forward. We're on a 2-game win streak. We got to try to build off that.
Always appreciate the time. Thanks so much.
Thanks, Chris. Appreciate it. Roll Tide.
Coach Nate Oats joining us here from Baumhower's Victory Grille. Hey, Coach is the program. And, again, we appreciate all of our sponsors. You heard his final word, brought to you by McCurry Van and Car Rental. McCurry Van and Car Rental, a great partner with us on the network. In addition to Alumni Hall, where you can get game day ready. It's your ultimate Crimson Tide shopping experience. Shop brands like Nike, Champion, and Columbia, hats, accessories, and all your game day gear. Head to Alumni Hall in Tuscaloosa or shop alumnihall.com. Earn $10 in rewards for every $150 you spend. Roll Tide and shop Alumni Hall. Coming back to wrap it up right after this on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
The Alabama Insider Podcast is the official podcast of Crimson Tide Athletics. Catch full episodes of Hey Coach and the Kalen DeBoer Show, Crimson Tide Rewind, Crimson Tide Today Daily Reports, plus full interviews from Crimson Drive driven by NASCAR. Download and subscribe to the Alabama Insider Podcast on Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music, and all podcast platforms. Roll Tide with the Alabama Insider Podcast. Hey Bama fans, each Tuesday and Thursday at 2 p.m. Central, join us live for Crimson Drive, driven by NASCAR. This live streaming talk show features the latest on Alabama athletics with exclusive conversations with Tide student athletes, coaches, and media members giving their perspective on the Crimson Tide. You can watch on YouTube, Facebook, and X, with all conversations archived as well on the Alabama Insider Podcast. Roll Tide with Crimson Drive, driven by NASCAR. You can find all Crimson Tide Sports Network video content online on the CTSN YouTube page. It's the home of the live booth and courtside cams, episodes of Crimson Drive driven by NASCAR, plus replays of Crimson Tide Rewind. Our YouTube Shorts will deliver thrilling Alabama radio highlights, plus interview clips from Alabama student-athletes, coaches, and media members that you can't miss. Subscribe to the Crimson Tide Sports Network on YouTube for the very latest on the Crimson Tide. The Alabama Insider Podcast is the official podcast of Crimson Tide Athletics. Catch full episodes of Hey Coach and the Kalen DeBoer Show, Crimson Tide Rewind, Crimson Tide Today Daily Reports, plus full interviews from Crimson Drive driven by NASCAR. Download and subscribe to the Alabama Insider Podcast on Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music, and all podcast platforms. Roll Tide with the Alabama Insider Podcast.
Are you ready for your winning moment? Find it at Wind Creek Casino, where the action never stops. Hottest games, loosest spins, more ways to win. We've got the highest payouts and the most epic rewards. At Wind Creek, there's a win waiting for you around every corner. Wind Creek Casino. Find your winning moment. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Coach Oats, great game today.
The team found another gear. They kept grinding, didn't quit, and found a way to deliver another victory.
Like Ford F-Series trucks.
Right. The way you become America's best-selling truck for 48 consecutive years is delivering legendary performance and capability in the big moments, like today.
Thanks, Coach. For great offers on a new Ford truck, see your local Ford dealer. Proud sponsor of Alabama basketball.
Roll Tide.
Based on 1977 through 2024 calendar year industry reported total sales.
Planet Fitness has everything you need to get stronger just around the corner, so you can give everything you've got. Whether you want to crush a few reps before class with our expanded strength equipment or sweat it out on your way home from work. With over 2,800 locations, there's a Planet Fitness close to you, and most are open 24 hours. Join the club today and get your first month free. Just $1 down, $15 a month. No commitment. Deal ends Friday, February 13th. You coming? Planet Fitness. We're all strong on this planet. See club for details.
At Red Diamond, we take a lot of things lightly. Dog on the couch? Sure, that's fine. Wearing socks or sandals? Why not? But sweet tea? Around here, sweet tea is a way of life. One of the unspoken rules. Just 3 simple ingredients: tea, water, and sugar, and that's it. Always refreshing. Always Red Diamond. Find us in your local refrigerated section. Red Diamond Sweet Tea. The perfect sip does exist.
Hey, what's on tap next for Bama's presented by Coors Light. Crimson Tide fans choose to chill with an ice cold Coors Light. As next up for the Tides, a trip to Oxford. Ole Miss Wednesday night, 6 o'clock. Coverage on the network starts at 5 Central. It can be heard right here on the Crimson Tide Sports Network. Of course, you missed any portion of tonight's show, you can always catch it on demand on our Alabama Insider Podcast. Download and subscribe wherever you get your podcast. Our program presented by Alfa Insurance. Thanks to all of our guests who joined us on the show this evening. Coach Nate Oats, of course, and SEC Player of the Week, Labaron Philon, and from Bama Gymnastics, Ashley Johnston, the head coach, and her great student athlete, Chloe Lorsier. The Vice President, General Manager of the Crimson Tide Sports Network is Jim Carabin. Our studio engineer has been Ethan Sargent. For our producer engineer, Tom Stipe, and our social media director, Ethan Carabin, I'm Chris Stewart. Thanks for joining us. Roll Tide, and good night from Baumhower's Victory Grille.